Hello, church family. Listen with me to Luke's description of the early church in Acts chapter 2. He tells us that they devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and the fellowship, to the breaking of bread and the prayers. And awe came upon every soul, and many wonders and signs were being done through the apostles. And all who believed were together. They had all things in common. And they were selling their possessions and belongings and distributing the proceeds to all as anyone had need. And day by day, attending the temple together and breaking bread in their homes, they received their food with glad and generous hearts, praising God and having favor with all the people. And the Lord added to their number day by day those who were being saved. God calls us to live on mission together. To live intentionally, to bring his kingdom everywhere we go. We do this at the Brook as we worship, grow, and serve together. Here at the Brook, we have a vision to reach our city with the love of Christ, to care for and minister to the orphan and the widow, to erase the issues of hunger and homelessness, to see the Lord transform our community in our schools, in the marketplace, and to stand on, to preach, and to boldly proclaim the life-changing Word of God. With that, we have a vision to raise up, equip, and send out disciples. Yes, here in our own city, but also literally to the ends of the earth, just as Jesus said. Alongside our gospel partners, we are planting churches. We are revitalizing churches. Here at the Brook, we're about to launch a brand new discipleship initiative to foster connection and gospel community. Make no mistake, the Lord is doing great things, but we believe that he has even greater things in store for us. So I want to challenge you today. If you are a follower of Jesus Christ and you call the Brook your church home, our pastors and elders want to challenge you to faithfully, cheerfully, and sacrificially give. And where I very specifically want to encourage you today is in the area of sacrifice. What does this mean to give sacrificially? Well, let's go back to the Macedonians when Paul's writing to the Corinthians, and he tells the Corinthian church that they were in severe affliction and extreme poverty, and yet at the same time, their giving, it overflowed with generosity. Sacrifice doesn't mean that you or that I should give to the point of suffering. But friends, it does mean that it's going to cost us something. I want to challenge you today. If you have not yet begun walking in the obedience of tithing, I want to encourage you to begin that in your life now. And you might sit down tonight even and look at your finances and think, I can't go from giving back 0% to 10%. Well, maybe you need to start with 5%. Maybe you need to start with 3%. The key is you need to start somewhere. Maybe you have a 10-month plan to begin giving and give 1% more each month until you work your way up to it. Whatever it is, I just encourage you to pray and to begin walking in faith and obedience there. If you are tithing, I want to challenge you to prayerfully consider giving beyond 10%. Several years ago in our home, Morgan and I felt the conviction, felt the Lord leading us to begin double tithing, to give back 20% of our income. And that's not including what we may give to Compassion International or ministries outside of the church. We set out each month to give back 20% of our income to the brook. That might not be what or how the Lord leads you. My question is, will you ask Him? Will you ask Him to show you what He desires of you? Will you ask Him to stretch your faith? Will you ask Him to loosen your grip on the things of this world? And ask Him to ignite your heart with passion for His mission, for His kingdom, for His church. Now, you may ask, well, why would I give beyond what's required of me? Why would I give more than 10%? Well, remember, 10% of it doesn't belong to the Lord. 100% does. My God will supply all of my needs according to His riches. Do we really believe that we're not owners? We're just stewards and managers of what He's entrusted to us. The question becomes, Lord, what do you want me to give back for the work of your kingdom and for the sake of the gospel? I want to challenge you over these next days to pray and to ask the Lord, Lord, what is it that you desire of me? And that your answer be yes, that you're ready to step out in faith and obedience, that you become a cheerful, faithful, and sacrificial giver.